Thank you. Hey, stay standing, why don't you? Can everybody stand? Because I always get asked this question, do I get nervous when I come up and speak? And truthfully, the answer is no, because I'm an athlete. I'm used to performing. But when I played football, the thing that got us going was we would always do a breakdown right before we went out for game time. And right now, this is game time for me, and you guys are my teammates. So we're gonna break it down. Would you guys help me break it down? All right, so it all starts out with a clap. And don't do anything right now, I'll tell you when to do it, but it starts out with a clap, like this. Don't do anything now. And then it gets faster and faster and faster. See, when you play for professional football, you only get to mess up once, then you mess up twice and they cut you. Can't. When you're clapping and we get faster, I'm gonna say, is everybody ready? But I'm gonna say it with a lot of energy. And when I say, is everybody ready, with a lot of energy, I want you guys to say, yeah, all right? So when I say, is everybody ready, you guys are gonna say, yeah. All right. Is everybody ready? Yeah. Is everybody ready? Yeah. All right, so that's part two. Now part three is where we gotta do something different. Because part three is where we just lose our minds and start tearing up stuff and kicking over stuff and getting angry for no reason to go out and beat the Green Bay Packers. Yeah. But of course, we can't do that here. You guys ready? All right, here we go. Is everybody ready? Is everybody ready? Is everybody ready? Perfect. Love it. So just think about when you were 6, 7 years old, how many of us had those dreams of, hey, if one day only I can be this? Did we all have those dreams when we were 6, 7 years old? And for me, when I was 6, 7 years old, I used to run around the park thinking I was Randall Cunningham, I was Walter Payton, I was Jerry Rice, I was Tony Dorsett. So the point that I'm trying to make, when I was 6 or 7 years old, I thought pretty highly of myself, because those guys are all like Hall of Famers. But that's what I used to think about, running around in the park with the football, thinking, hey, one day, someday, I would catch that pass, help my team win the Super Bowl, and I'd be on TV, all of that type of good stuff. That's what I used to dream about. But early on in my life, the dreams didn't quite match up to the reality. The reality was a little different. As we moved to this depressed neighborhood in my hometown of Lakeland, Florida, called the Black Bottom. And really, that's exactly what it was. We had hit rock bottom. And when we moved to the Black Bottom, when my dad left and it was just my mom and my brothers, you know, we didn't have things that we take for granted these days, like lights. We didn't have lights. You know, those igloo coolers that we all take out on the picnics with the white tops, blue, red, some sort of colors? That was our refrigerator. That's what me and my brothers used to go to the store and put ice in just to keep our food or drinks cool. I knew something was going on. I didn't know exactly what it was because I was young. What I discovered later is that my dad had become a drug addict. 1989. My mom got another phone call. On this phone call, it was about my dad. And on the end of the other line, someone told my mom, hey, the father of your kids had been shot. And when I heard it, my reaction was this: oh, he'll be okay just like he was the other 2 times he got shot. You know, I knew eventually one day I would have to make a decision on, hey, which direction I was gonna go. How did I even get here? I'm a single parent, kid, dad on drugs, spent time being homeless. We didn't have a freaking refrigerator. Mom was barely making ends meet. Section 8. I mean, lighting crack pipes for my dad, being propositioned to sell drugs. How did I even get here? And after that Super Bowl, I had a chance to really reflect on life. And how did I really do that? And he said, son, all you have is your word and your name. And once you lose that, you lost everything. And when you're talking about reinventing, you're talking about rebuilding, you got to build from a strong foundation. And I believe that's the foundation that we build from. I always remember when we were in that little small apartment with no refrigerator, no lights, my mom would always tell us, as long as we have us, we have enough. As long as we have us, we have enough. And as I got older, I always remember that. And I always thought, okay, if we could do it with that little nucleus there, and we could get out of that situation like we did, and all of us are successful now, what can I do if I make the entire world my family? It's limitless, right? We had a 6'1" point guard. I was 6'2", 6'3", playing the 2 guard. We had 6'6" forwards and a 6'11" center. If you don't understand basketball, we had a really tall team. And we had the leading scorer in the state of Florida, and we had, so I said again, a 6'11" center. We were ranked #1 in the state. Our coach didn't care about none of that. He didn't care about how good we were. Coach used to kill us in practice. And one day he brought us up and said, you know why we work so hard in practice? And in my little 17-year-old mind, I'm thinking, no, why don't you tell us? Of course, I didn't say that. But he said this. He was like, we are good enough. We have a team that's good enough. Our practice should be harder than the game. Our practice should be harder than the game. I knew I wasn't as good as them, and it didn't take him to tell me that. But what he told me was, you got to understand how good you want to be. You got to determine how successful you want to be. It's like, then write that down. But then he said, now you got to do the hard part. You got to go look in the mirror and tell yourself, here's where I'm at now. Where you want to be, where you at. And he said, I want you to do something every single day. I want you to come out here with one particular thing that you're going to get better on every single day. And that piece of advice took me from being a 6th-round draft pick, not thinking I would ever make an NFL team, to playing 12 years and ending my career here with the Chicago Bears. That one piece of advice, because every day I have a focus, and every day you should have a focus. Fulfilling something that's important to you. Like Beth said, we spend a ton of time at work. While we're there, we might as well fulfill something that's important to us. I live by my 5 F's and I live by my purpose statement. My 5 F's: faith, family, fitness, finances, and fun. I'm always trying to fulfill those 5 things with anything that I do. And then my purpose statement, which is, with excellence being the standard, my purpose is to enhance the lives of others through any expertise or resource that I have available to me within reason and with respect to my family, whom are primary. At every opportunity, transforming strangers and associates alike into extended family members.